Good morning, everyone. My name is Mansi Goyal. I'm a third year BCom honors student. Today, I'm here to talk about nutrient pollution. Nutrient pollution is the process where too many nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus, are added to the bodies of water and can act like fertilizer, causing excessive growth of algae. It is a form of water pollution and it refers to the contamination by excessive inputs of nutrients. It is a primary cause of eutrophication of surface waters like lakes, rivers, and coastal waters, in which excess nutrients, usually nitrogen or phosphorus, stimulate algal growth. Sources of nutrient pollution include surface runoff from the farm fields and pastures, discharges from septic tanks and feedlots, and emissions from combustion. Raw sewage is a large contributor to cultural eutrophication since sewage is high. Process of decay, the oxygen in the water is used up and this leads to low levels of dissolved oxygen in the water. This in turn can kill fish, crabs, oysters, and other aquatic. Pollution can either be point source or non point source. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, that is EPA, point source pollution is any contaminant that enters the environment from an easily identified and confined place. For example, a discharge pipe or a smokestack. On the other hand, non-point source pollution refers to pollutants that are released from a wide area. Nutrient pollution is classified as a point source pollution. Now we'll talk about the causes of nutrient pollution. Nitrogen and phosphorus occur naturally in the atmosphere and waterways. Living organisms need these chemical elements to grow, but too much can be damaging. Here are some situations that cause an overabundance of these nutrients. First is agriculture. Chemical fertilizers that contains nitrogen and phosphorus is applied to crops, usually in excess to help them grow. However, these nutrients often make their way into water bodies through surface runoff and leaching into groundwater. Through the process of ammonia volatilization, they also vaporize into the atmosphere. In addition, the rise of animal production has led to an increase in manure. While manure can be used as a natural form of fertilizer for crops, it also makes its way into water through leaching and runoff. Aquaculture is the practice of cultivating aquatic organisms through controlled method, and it can also cause nutrient pollution. Fish farming often occurs in pens or cages located in enclosed bays. These farms produce excess amounts of nitrogen and phosphorus from uneaten foods, feces, and other forms of organic waste. Secondly comes the urban and industrial sources. The most common urban source of nutrient pollution is human sewage. Sewage is estimated to contribute 12% of riverine nitrogen input in the United States, 25% in Western Europe, and 33% in China. In developing countries, when sewage is treated, the main objective is to remove solids, not nutrients. Therefore, nutrient pollution remains after treatment. And in developed countries, septic systems purify sewage by leaching it through the soil, which reaches groundwater and thereby nearby surface waters. Stormwater runoff is another cause of pollution. During rainfall events, the stormwater in cities is flushed into nearby rivers and streams. Other sources of industrial nutrient pollution are pulp and paper mills, food and meat processing plants, and discharge from maritime vessels. Another source of nutrient pollution is fossil fuel sources. The burning of fossil fuels releases nitrogen oxide into the air, which results in smoke and acid rain. The nitrogen oxides are then redeposited to the land and water through rain and snow. The most common sources of nitrogen oxides are coal-fired power plants and exhaust from cars, buses, and trucks. Fossil fuel combustion contributes to 22 teragrams of nitrogen pollution globally every year. Now we'll talk about the environmental impacts of nutrient pollution. Nutrient pollution is detrimental to the environment as it harms water quality, destroys ecosystem, and disrupts plants and animal species. An excess of nitrogen and phosphorus causes algae to grow faster than ecosystems can handle, resulting in the growth of algal blooms. These algal blooms produce toxins that are harmful to fish and other aquatic life. Algal blooms are also detrimental for ecosystems as they block sunlight from reaching plants, which prevents them from growing. Additionally, these blooms cause dead zones in the water, resulting in a decrease in oxygen for aquatic life. Nutrient pollution in the atmosphere causes acid rain, which damages waterways, forests, and grasslands. It causes increased acidity in the water bodies, which is deadly to aquatic life, and it dissolves vital nutrients that trees and plants need to survive, such as magnesium and calcium. Nutrient pollution in the air also contributes to the formation of